5 sacred numbers that will change your life. The Buddhist code for balance and growth. What if I told you that the key to unlocking wisdom, success, and inner peace lies in a series of hidden numbers? Numbers that have been guiding spiritual seekers for thousands of years? These numbers are not random. They hold profound significance in Buddhist teachings, serving as beacons of transformation, enlightenment, and fulfillment. Some of the most influential leaders, visionaries, and thinkers, from Nelson Mandela to Steve Jobs, from Barack Obama to Warren Buffett, have unknowingly followed the wisdom embedded in these numbers. But how do these numbers shape our lives? How do they influence our decisions, our mindset, and even our destiny? Today, we're going to unravel their hidden meanings and show you how understanding them can change the way you see the world. And, more importantly, change the way you live. Stay with us until the end, because by the time you finish this video, you'll gain a new perspective on balance, success, ethical living, and spiritual growth, one that could reshape the course of your life. And if you find value in this journey, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with others who might need this wisdom, and subscribe to our channel for more deep insights into Buddhist teachings and personal transformation. Now, let's begin. Number 3. The balance of the 3 jewels. Balance is a pursuit that transcends culture, time, and social status. Whether in personal life, career, or spiritual growth, achieving harmony is one of the greatest challenges, and yet, one of the most fulfilling endeavors. The number 3 in Buddhism represents balance, encapsulated in the 3 jewels: Buddha, the Enlightened One; Dharma, the teachings; and Sangha, the community. These 3 elements serve as the foundation of spiritual growth, providing a path towards self-realization, wisdom, and support. But the idea of balance is not exclusive to Buddhism. It appears in philosophy, psychology, and even modern leadership. Take Leonardo da Vinci, for example. Regarded as one of the greatest minds in history, Da Vinci was not just a painter but a scientist, engineer, and philosopher. What set him apart was his ability to balance multiple disciplines seamlessly. His works, like The Last Supper and Vitruvian Man, embody the harmony between art and mathematics, science and spirituality. Da Vinci believed that balance was key to mastery, stating, "Learn how to see, realize that everything connects to everything else." This mirrors the Buddhist perspective. Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha are interconnected, and ignoring any one of them leads to imbalance. In psychology, balance is crucial for mental health. Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychoanalysts, developed the concept of individuation, the process of integrating different aspects of the self into a whole. He believed that inner conflict arises when a person neglects parts of their psyche. This aligns with the Buddhist idea that one must nurture not just intellect, Dharma, but also self-awareness, Buddha, and community, Sangha. Neglecting emotional well-being for material success, or isolating oneself from others, often results in suffering. Look at Oprah Winfrey, a modern icon of balance. At the height of her career, she faced enormous pressure, but what kept her grounded was her commitment to self-reflection and lifelong learning. Oprah openly attributes her success to practicing mindfulness, seeking wisdom through literature and mentors, and maintaining deep connections with her community. This directly reflects the 3 jewels: Buddha, self-awareness; Dharma, knowledge; and Sangha, community. Yet, balance is often learned the hard way. Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest basketball player of all time, dominated the sport but struggled with personal fulfillment. His competitive nature drove him to 6 NBA championships, but he later admitted that his obsession with winning led to strained relationships and emotional emptiness. It was only after retirement that he found peace by shifting focus toward family, philanthropy, and mentorship, rebuilding his own version of balance. Science also supports the necessity of balance. Studies in neuroscience show that the brain requires a balance between focused effort and relaxation to function optimally. Overworking leads to burnout, while too much leisure results in stagnation. This is why elite performers, from athletes to CEOs, follow structured routines that integrate work, rest, and mindfulness. Elon Musk, despite his grueling work ethic, has spoken about the importance of mental resets through activities like reading, spending time with loved ones, and practicing mindfulness, acknowledging that relentless work without balance leads to diminishing returns. The number 3 reminds us that success without inner peace is hollow. Knowledge without self-awareness is misguided, and solitude without community is isolating. If you keep seeing this number in your life, it may be a sign to evaluate where you stand. Are you over-prioritizing material success while neglecting mental or emotional well-being? Have you surrounded yourself with the right mentors, friends, and support systems? Are you integrating wisdom into action, or are you merely accumulating knowledge without applying it? Balance is not something that happens by accident, it is cultivated. Just as Da Vinci intentionally merged art and science, just as Oprah intentionally nurtured self-reflection and connection, and just as Michael Jordan learned to shift his priorities, we, too, can create harmony in our own lives. The 3 jewels serve as a timeless framework, guiding us toward not just success but fulfillment. Number 7. The 7 Factors of Enlightenment. The number 7 has long been regarded as a symbol of wisdom, introspection, and spiritual awakening across cultures, philosophies, and religions. In Buddhism, it is particularly significant because it represents the 7 factors of enlightenment, which serve as a roadmap toward inner clarity and self-mastery. These factors, mindfulness, investigation, energy, joy, tranquility, concentration, and equanimity, are not abstract concepts, but practical tools that have been utilized by some of the most successful and insightful figures in history. Whether in business, philosophy, or the arts, those who have achieved greatness often exhibit these 7 qualities, demonstrating that true success is not merely about external achievements, but about mastering one's own mind. Take Warren Buffett, for instance, as one of the most legendary investors of all time. His financial empire wasn't built on impulsive decisions or emotional reactions. Instead, his philosophy mirrors mindfulness and equanimity, 2 of the 7 factors of enlightenment. Buffett spends the majority of his time reading and reflecting, embodying investigation, the 2nd factor. He doesn't follow short-term market trends, but instead makes decisions based on deep analysis and rational thought. His ability to remain calm during financial crises, rather than reacting out of fear, is a testament to his practice of equanimity. He once said, "The stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient." This wisdom aligns perfectly with Buddhist teachings. Success, whether financial or spiritual, comes not from impulsive actions but from steady, mindful growth. The role of energy, the 3rd factor, is another trait found in those who leave a lasting impact. Nikola Tesla, the brilliant inventor behind alternating current electricity, wireless technology, and numerous innovations, embodied this principle. Tesla worked relentlessly, driven not by wealth, but by a passion for discovery. His boundless curiosity and determination reflect how energy fuels enlightenment. However, Tesla also serves as a cautionary tale. His lack of balance, particularly in areas like tranquility and mindfulness, led to a lonely and difficult end. His story reminds us that while energy is crucial, it must be accompanied by inner peace to prevent burnout. The importance of joy in this process is often overlooked, yet it is the fuel that keeps the journey sustainable. Robin Williams, the beloved comedian and actor, was a master at bringing joy to others. His ability to find humor in the darkest situations was deeply aligned with Buddhist wisdom. The Dalai Lama himself often emphasizes the power of joy in the face of adversity, saying, "The purpose of our lives is to be happy." However, Robin Williams's personal struggles also highlight the necessity of true inner joy. Rather than relying solely on external validation, joy is not just about pleasure or entertainment, it is about finding fulfillment in the present moment. Concentration, the 6th factor, is another critical element of success and self-mastery. Serena Williams, one of the greatest athletes of all time, attributes her dominance in tennis to her ability to focus intensely on every single movement, breath, and decision, whether serving a match point or recovering from setbacks. Her mental discipline and concentration allowed her to stay present in the moment. This mirrors the Buddhist practice of samadhi, deep concentration, where a person's entire awareness is absorbed into their task. Neuroscientific studies also support this. Flow states, where people are completely engaged in what they're doing, are proven to enhance performance and happiness. Tranquility, the fifth factor, is often misunderstood. Many people associate it with passive relaxation. But true tranquility is the ability to remain composed under pressure. This is something that leaders like Barack Obama exemplify. His ability to maintain a calm and collected demeanor, even in the face of immense criticism and high-stakes decisions, made him one of the most respected leaders of his time. His speeches often emphasize not reacting impulsively, but responding with wisdom, reflecting Buddhist principles of mindful speech and action. The ability to remain tranquil while making difficult decisions is a trait of true inner strength. When the number 7 repeatedly appears in your life, it is a signal to reflect on these qualities. Do I react emotionally to challenges? Or do I maintain equanimity? Am I living mindfully and engaging in deep self-inquiry? Or am I just going through the motions? Is my energy directed toward meaningful pursuits? Or am I exhausted from distractions? Am I finding joy in small moments? Or am I constantly chasing external validation? Do I have the concentration and tranquility necessary to stay focused and resilient? The 7 factors of enlightenment are not just spiritual ideals. They are practical tools that can elevate every aspect of life. Whether in investing like Warren Buffett, innovating like Nikola Tesla, performing under pressure like Serena Williams, or leading with wisdom like Barack Obama, these qualities are universal markers of greatness. To truly embrace them is to transcend external circumstances and cultivate an unshakable inner foundation. Number 9. The completion of a cycle. The number 9 carries a profound spiritual significance across cultures and philosophies, symbolizing completion, transformation, and the transition to a new phase of life. It is a number of wisdom, signifying the culmination of a journey and the lessons learned along the way. In Buddhism, it represents the 9 stages of meditation, guiding practitioners from distraction to enlightenment. But beyond its spiritual roots, the power of 9 can be seen in the lives of some of the most influential figures in history. People who embraced change, let go of the past, and emerged renewed. Consider Nelson Mandela, a man whose life story epitomizes the concept of transformation. He spent 27 years in prison, enduring hardship and isolation, yet he never allowed bitterness to consume him. When he was finally released, he did not seek revenge against those who imprisoned him. Instead, he chose reconciliation, guiding South Africa out of apartheid and into a new era of unity. His transition from prisoner to president was more than a political shift. It was a profound spiritual evolution, an embodiment of letting go of the past to embrace a higher purpose. He once said, "As I walked out the door toward my freedom, I knew that if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison." This is the essence of the number 9. Recognizing that an ending is often a necessary step toward true transformation. The psychology behind this is compelling. Studies in neuroscience and behavioral psychology reveal that humans inherently resist change, even when it is beneficial. The brain is wired for familiarity and comfort, which is why so many people struggle to leave toxic relationships, unsatisfying jobs, or outdated beliefs. However, the most successful and fulfilled individuals are those who understand that growth requires letting go. Take Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. In the 1990s, Bezos had a stable, well-paying job on Wall Street. He could have stayed in his comfort zone, but he recognized that to pursue something greater, he had to close that chapter of his life. He took the leap, left behind financial security, and embraced the unknown. Today, Amazon is one of the most powerful companies in the world, proving that endings are often disguised as opportunities. This is the power of embracing the number 9. Understanding that what seems like an end is actually a doorway to reinvention. Another example is Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. At the peak of his career, after winning 3 consecutive NBA championships, Jordan made a shocking decision. He retired from basketball. Many saw it as the end of an era. But for Jordan, it was the completion of a cycle. He transitioned to baseball, exploring a new path. Though his baseball career was short-lived, his return to the NBA was nothing short of legendary. winning 3 more championships and solidifying his legacy. Jordan's journey is a testament to the power of walking away, reassessing, and returning with renewed purpose. The number 9 teaches us that sometimes, stepping away from something does not mean it is over, it means it is evolving. In Buddhism, the 9 stages of meditation illustrate this concept beautifully. A practitioner starts in a state of distraction, unable to control thoughts, but through patience, discipline, and self-awareness, they progress toward deeper states of clarity and enlightenment. This mirrors the journey of individuals like Oprah Winfrey, who overcame a traumatic childhood, a series of personal and professional setbacks, and reinvented herself into one of the most influential media moguls in history. Oprah understands that every experience, good or bad, is a teacher, and transformation comes from embracing the lessons of the past rather than being trapped by them. Endings are not failures. They are stepping stones to a new version of ourselves. This is something that Steve Jobs understood deeply. After being forced out of Apple, the very company he founded, Jobs could have viewed it as a devastating failure. Instead, he used that time to reinvent himself, founding Pixar and developing the next wave of technological innovations. When he returned to Apple, he transformed the company into one of the most successful businesses in the world. His story is proof that sometimes, losing what we think we need is the best thing that can happen to us. When the number 9 appears repeatedly in your life, it may be signaling an important shift. Is there a chapter in your life that needs to close for you to move forward? Are you holding on to something that no longer serves you? Are you resisting change out of fear, even though deep down you know it is necessary? The number 9 is a reminder that everything is impermanent, and transformation is an essential part of life. Just as Mandela walked out of prison not with anger, but with wisdom, just as Jeff Bezos left security for innovation, just as Michael Jordan stepped away to return even stronger, and just as Steve Jobs turned rejection into a legendary comeback, we too must embrace the endings in our lives as gateways to something greater. Number 5. The 5 Precepts of Ethical Living. The number 5 represents a fundamental principle in both Buddhism and moral philosophy. Ethical living is the foundation of a fulfilled and meaningful life. In Buddhism, it is embodied in the 5 precepts, guiding individuals toward a life of integrity, awareness, and responsibility. These precepts, no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no false speech, and no intoxicants, are not merely rigid rules, but are designed to prevent suffering and cultivate self-discipline, trust, and inner peace. History has shown that the most respected and influential figures are often those who uphold ethical principles with unwavering conviction. Mahatma Gandhi is one of the most compelling examples. His philosophy of ahimsa, nonviolence, directly aligns with the first precept: do not harm any living being. Despite facing brutal oppression, Gandhi never resorted to violence. Instead, he used moral authority, truth, and discipline to lead India to independence. His ability to shift the course of history through peace rather than aggression proves that true strength lies in ethical leadership, not force. Gandhi also embodied the 4th precept, truthfulness, satya. He believed that even small ethical compromises could erode both credibility and inner peace. This principle is strikingly relevant in today's world, where misinformation spreads rapidly, and people often sacrifice integrity for short-term gain. In contrast, Gandhi's life teaches us that truth is non-negotiable, and choosing honesty over convenience is what builds lasting influence. The power of ethical living is not confined to activism or political movements. It is also essential in business. Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful investors, is known for his steadfast commitment to ethical investing. He refuses to engage in corrupt practices, does not invest in businesses that exploit people, and openly criticizes companies that operate unethically. His approach aligns with the 2nd precept, no stealing, which extends beyond theft to include exploitation, deception, and unfair business practices. Buffett proves that long-term success is built on trust, not shortcuts, and that financial prosperity does not have to come at the expense of ethics. The concept of no sexual misconduct, the 3rd precept, has been at the center of many cautionary tales. Numerous high-profile figures, CEOs, politicians, and celebrities, have lost everything because they failed to uphold ethical relationships. Take Bill Clinton, whose presidency was nearly derailed by personal misconduct. His affair with Monica Lewinsky didn't just affect his private life. It shattered public trust and damaged his legacy. The lesson here is clear. Moral lapses in private life often spill over into public consequences. On the other hand, figures like Barack Obama have demonstrated the power of moral discipline, maintaining a strong, scandal-free marriage while leading under immense scrutiny. His example reinforces that self-control and ethical relationships are essential for both personal and professional stability. The fifth precept, avoiding intoxicants, is often misunderstood as simply abstaining from alcohol or drugs. But in a broader sense, it refers to anything that clouds judgment and leads to recklessness. This is particularly relevant in industries like entertainment and sports, where many have succumbed to the destructive effects of addiction. Elvis Presley, despite his immense talent, saw his career and health deteriorate due to substance abuse. Similarly, countless other artists and athletes have struggled with addiction, proving that losing control over one's mind leads to suffering, no matter how much success is achieved. In contrast, those who practice mindfulness and self-restraint, such as Kobe Bryant, channeled their focus into greatness. Kobe was known for his extreme discipline. He rarely drank, never partied excessively, and devoted himself entirely to his craft. His life is a testament to the idea that true success requires mental clarity and self-mastery. Scientific research also supports the necessity of ethical living. For psychological well-being, studies in positive psychology show that people who live with integrity experience less anxiety and greater life satisfaction. When actions align with values, there is no cognitive dissonance, meaning individuals do not suffer from internal conflict between what they believe and how they behave. This is why those who engage in unethical behavior often experience guilt, stress, and self-destruction, even if they outwardly appear successful. If the number 5 appears in your life, it may be a reminder to reflect on these questions. Are my actions aligned with my values? Am I sacrificing long-term integrity for short-term gain? Am I engaging in ethical relationships, both personally and professionally? Do I maintain clarity of mind, or do I allow distractions and indulgences to cloud my judgment? The 5 precepts are not about perfection. They are about conscious effort. Like Gandhi, who used nonviolence to change the world. Like Buffett, who built wealth through integrity. Like Obama, who led with discipline. And like Kobe, who demonstrated relentless self-mastery. Those who live ethically not only benefit themselves, but also influence the world around them. In the end, true power does not come from dominance, wealth, or fame. It comes from moral strength. Number 8. The Noble Eightfold Path. The number 8 is one of the most significant in Buddhism, representing the Noble Eightfold Path, a comprehensive framework for achieving enlightenment. Unlike mere philosophical ideals, the Eightfold Path provides a practical, actionable guide to living a life of wisdom, integrity, and purpose. These principles, right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, are not confined to monastic life, but are deeply relevant in leadership, business, personal development, and even scientific research. History has shown that those who live by these principles, whether knowingly or not, tend to achieve not only success, but also a deep sense of fulfillment and legacy. Consider Barack Obama, one of the most disciplined and mindful leaders in modern history. His presidency reflected key elements of the Eightfold Path, particularly right speech, right action, and right livelihood. He was known for his ability to unite rather than divide, choosing his words carefully to encourage compassion and understanding rather than fear and hostility. His commitment to justice and equality demonstrated right action, while his focus on policies aimed at long-term societal benefits reflected right livelihood. What set Obama apart was not just his intelligence, but his ability to remain centered amidst chaos, a quality deeply aligned with Buddhist teachings. His speeches often emphasized the importance of reflection, patience, and seeing beyond immediate emotions, key elements of right mindfulness and right thought. The importance of right speech is evident in leadership. business, and even personal relationships. Words have the power to build or destroy, inspire or divide. Steve Jobs, the visionary behind Apple, mastered the art of communication, using clear, compelling language to articulate his vision. However, Jobs also struggled with harsh criticism, and was known for being blunt and impatient. While his directness contributed to Apple's success, it also led to conflicts, proving that without right speech, truthfulness balanced with kindness, great leaders can alienate rather than uplift. Right action is another pillar of the Eightfold Path, emphasizing ethical behavior and integrity. Figures like Nelson Mandela exemplified this principle. Despite decades of oppression, he chose forgiveness over revenge, proving that true power lies not in dominance but in moral conviction. In contrast, history has also shown the consequences of failing to practice right action. Scandals, betrayals, and ethical compromises have destroyed the legacies of countless leaders, from Richard Nixon to corporate executives involved in fraud. The message is clear: actions shape destiny, and ethical conduct is the foundation of lasting influence. The principle of right livelihood is particularly relevant in today's economic landscape. Many pursue careers solely for wealth, often at the cost of ethical considerations. Warren Buffett, however, has long advocated for ethical investing, emphasizing that wealth should be built on integrity. He refuses to engage in exploitative business practices, demonstrating that success and ethics are not mutually exclusive. Similarly, entrepreneurs like Elon Musk have used innovation to revolutionize industries, proving that the most impactful careers are those that contribute to society rather than merely extract from it. Right effort is often overlooked but is essential for any form of mastery. Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, embodied this principle. His relentless work ethic, famously waking up at 4 a.m. to train while others slept, reflects the Buddhist concept of sustained, mindful effort. Unlike blind ambition, right effort is about applying consistent, intelligent, and purposeful action toward meaningful goals. The power of right mindfulness and right concentration has been widely studied in neuroscience. Research on meditation and mindfulness practices shows that those who train their minds to stay present and focused develop greater resilience, emotional regulation, and decision-making abilities. Silicon Valley executives, elite athletes, and even the U.S. military have incorporated mindfulness into their training, proving that mental clarity is a competitive advantage. If the number 8 frequently appears in your life, it may be prompting you to ask, am I walking a path that leads to lasting fulfillment, or am I chasing temporary gains? Do my words, actions, and career choices align with wisdom and integrity? Am I practicing mindful effort, or am I wasting energy on distractions? Am I cultivating mental clarity and focus, or am I allowing stress and impulsiveness to control me? The Eightfold Path is not a rigid doctrine. It is a blueprint for living with wisdom, clarity, and purpose. Like Obama's mindful leadership, like Buffett's ethical success, like Kobe's relentless effort, and like Mandela's moral conviction. Those who align with these principles do not just achieve greatness, they inspire it in others. In addition to the numbers 3, 5, 7, 8, and 9, Buddhism recognizes several other numbers with deep symbolic meanings related to teachings, meditation, enlightenment, and the nature of existence. Here are some additional significant numbers in Buddhism and their meanings. 1. Unity and ultimate enlightenment. The number 1 symbolizes the singularity of truth, meaning the path to nirvana. It also represents the enlightenment of the Buddha, reflecting his attainment of the highest state of mind, free from illusion and suffering. In meditation, the state of one-pointedness of mind, ekaggata, is when consciousness is fully concentrated, achieving absolute peace. 4. The Four Noble Truths. The number 4 is closely linked to the Four Noble Truths, which are the fundamental teachings of Buddhism. 1. Dukkha, suffering, life is suffering. 2. Samudaya, origin of suffering, the cause of suffering is attachment and desire. 3. Nirodha, cessation of suffering, suffering can be ended. 4. Magga, the path to liberation, the way to end suffering is through the Eightfold Path. The Four Noble Truths help people understand the nature of existence, and guide them to overcome suffering through mindfulness, wisdom, and ethical living. 6. The 6 Paramitas, perfections of generosity and virtue. The number 6 represents the 6 Paramitas, 6 virtues that lead to enlightenment. 1. Dana, generosity, giving selflessly without expecting anything in return. 2. Sila, morality, living ethically and following moral discipline. 3. Khasanti, patience, practicing tolerance, forgiveness, and non-anger. 4. Virya, diligence, making continuous efforts in spiritual practice. 5. Dhyana, meditation, developing mental clarity and inner peace. 6. Prajna, wisdom, understanding the ultimate truth of reality. By following the 6 Paramitas, one not only attains peace and virtue in life but also moves closer to complete spiritual awakening. 10. The 10 wholesome actions. The number 10 corresponds to the 10 wholesome actions, which guide people toward a virtuous and noble life. 3 bodily actions: no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct. 4 verbal actions: no lying, no harsh speech, no divisive speech, no idle gossip. 3 mental actions: no greed, no hatred, no ignorance. The 10 wholesome actions help people avoid negative karma and cultivate a life of purity and wisdom. 12. The 12 links of dependent origination. The number 12 is associated with the 12 links of dependent origination, which explain the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth in Buddhism. 1. Avidya, ignorance, not seeing reality clearly. 2. Samskara, karmic formations, actions that create karma. 3. Vijnana, consciousness, the emergence of awareness. 4. Namarupa, mind and body, the development of physical and mental identity. 5. Sadayatana, 6 senses, the growth of perception through sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and thought. 6. Sparsa, contact, interaction with the external world. 7. Vedana, feeling, experiencing pleasure, pain, or neutrality. 8. Tersna, craving, the desire for material or emotional fulfillment. 9. Upadana, attachment, the grasping or clinging to desires. 10. Bhava, becoming, the continuation of karmic existence. 11. Jati, birth, the rebirth into a new existence. 12. Jaramarana, aging and death, the inevitable decline and end of life. Understanding the 12 links of dependent origination helps people see through the illusion of suffering, break free from ignorance, and gradually escape the cycle of rebirth. These numbers are not just symbols, but guiding principles that help practitioners understand the deeper meaning of life and the path to liberation. If someone frequently encounters these numbers in life, it may be a cosmic reminder to pay more attention to their spiritual journey. Now that we've explored the profound meanings behind these sacred numbers, one thing becomes clear: life isn't just a series of random events. It's a path, and the choices we make along the way determine our growth, fulfillment, and ultimate destiny. Each of these numbers, from balance and ethical living to transformation and enlightenment, acts as a guide, a signpost on the journey to self-discovery. The question is, how will you apply this wisdom to your own life? Will you strive for balance like Steve Jobs, choosing clarity over chaos? Will you embrace transformation like Nelson Mandela, turning endings into new beginnings? Will you lead with wisdom like Barack Obama, practicing mindful speech and ethical action? Or will you cultivate focus and discipline like Kobe Bryant, embodying relentless effort toward your purpose? Let us know in the comments, which of these numbers resonated with you the most, and why. Your insights might just inspire someone else on their journey. If this video has brought value to your life, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and help spread this wisdom to those who need it. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss a chance to explore more profound insights that can transform the way you think, live, and grow. Until next time, keep seeking wisdom, keep embracing change, and remember, every moment is an opportunity to align yourself with the path to enlightenment.